Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and just do an overview of the Blueberry microphone, which is right here. I wanted to check out this microphone because there's very little information on this. If you type in Blueberry on YouTube, basically half of the people don't even have it on, and they're just talking about the microphone, and they don't actually even talk to it. And then the people that do talk to it, it's like, it's just not enough information. You know, like, I wish there was a podcastage for this. Now, there is one person I saw that was on this microphone, but it's hard to tell if he's using processing or not. So what I'm going to do is have a shootout. So right off the bat, this microphone is a bright microphone. I would not say this is a dark microphone. This is not a warm microphone. This is not a V-shaped microphone. Heck, this is not even a neutral microphone. And I can tell you this because I'm like, where's the bass, right? Even there is no proximity effect. Even when I come up close, proximity effect. It's and that's actually one of the things I actually read about this, and that's a little bit unique about this microphone, is that it has no proximity effect. You could come up to it, and it's kind of like there's no proximity effect. I'm careful to call it thin. It's not thin sounding, but also at the same time, do you know what it is? I actually wrote some notes down on a piece of paper. First thing I said was, it doesn't have enough bass. Second, it's a little sharp, is what I said. Third, it kind of, it reminds me of the MKH 416 for some reason. So I'll be sure to do a shootout of that right after. And there's no proximity effect. All right, so what we're going to do is have a shootout. Basically, we're just going to have the Blueberry, and we're going to compare it to other microphones. So this is how the Blueberry sounds, and on to the next microphone. All right, so this is audio from the Rode NT1 Signature, also known as the NT1 5th Gen. They're both the same in sound. This is how it sounds. We're comparing it to the Blueberry, and this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're back on the Blueberry, and this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is the Rode NT1 4th Gen, and this is how the audio sounds. We're comparing this to the Blueberry, and this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, back on the Blueberry again. This is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is the Audio-Technica AT2020, and we're comparing this to the Blueberry microphone. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, back on the Blueberry again. This is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so here is the baby blue bottle, and this is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, back at it again. We're on the Blueberry, and this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is audio from the Shure KSM32, and this is how the audio sounds. We're just comparing this to the baby Blueberry, and this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. All righty, back on the Blueberry. This is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is the Blueberry, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so here's audio from the Rode NT1A, and this is how the audio sounds. We're comparing it to the Blueberry. Oh, alright, back at it again. We're on the Blueberry. This is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so here's audio from the Ember, and this is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Just doing a quick comparison with the Blueberry, and this is how it sounds. Alrighty, so we're back at it again. This is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is audio from the Blueberry. Alright, so here's audio from the Warm 47 Junior, and this is how the audio sounds. And we're just doing a comparison to the Blueberry microphone. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, back at it again. We're on the Blueberry, and this is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is audio from the Austrian Audio OC18, and this is how the audio sounds. Microphone, I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but yeah, there it is. Anyway, this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And this is how it sounds. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, back at it again. This is audio from the Blueberry. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is the audio from the Neatworker B2, and we're comparing this to the baby blue bottle. Oh no, the baby Blueberry. And this is how the audio sounds. Microphone check. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, back at it again. This is audio from the Blueberry. This is how the audio sounds. Microphone check. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is the Neat King B version 1, and we're comparing this to the baby Blueberry. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, back at it again. This is audio from the Blueberry. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is audio from the TLM 102, and this is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. You know, honestly, this could, I could see this being a really good travel mic. It's pretty dang tiny. Anyway, this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I don't know if this makes much of a difference, but I don't have my mount right now. I can't seem to find it. But yeah, we're back on the Blueberry microphone, and this is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is audio from the Neumann U87. Microphone check, testing, 1, 2, 3. We're just doing a quick comparison to the Blueberry microphone. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, back at it again. We're back on the baby Blueberry. Blueberry microphone. Microphone check, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. All right, so this is audio from the Neumann U87. Microphone check, testing 1 2 3. We're just doing a quick comparison to the Blueberry microphone. Testing 1 2 3. All right, back at it again. We're back on the Blueberry microphone. Testing 1 2 3. Microphone check, testing 1 2 3. All right, so this is audio from the Fangdong, the PROAR Fangdong, and this is how the audio sounds. It's a shame. This microphone actually is pretty noisy, but it actually sounds really good. Like if you just use minor noise reduction, in my opinion, it holds its own against some of the very, 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 very expensive microphones. But as you can tell, when I just pause for a moment, at least when I hear it through my headphones, it's quite noisy, but easily cleaned with RX elements. Okay, back at it again. This is the Blueberry microphone. Testing 1 2 3. We're back at it again. On to the next microphone. All right, so this is the SE4100, and this is how the audio sounds. Microphone check, testing 1 2 3. Doing a quick comparison with the Blueberry microphone. Testing 1 2 3. All right, back in the Blueberry. This is how it sounds. Mic check, testing 1 2 3. Just doing a quick comparison to another microphone. All right, so this is audio from the Audio-Technica AT2035, and we're comparing this to the Blueberry microphone. Testing 1 2 3. Microphone check, testing 1 2 3. Okay, back at it again. There might be some cars in the background, but this is how the Blueberry sounds. Microphone check, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. All right, final comparison. This is the MKH416. I know this is an entirely different microphone, but for some reason, when I first heard the Blueberry, it gave me MKH416 vibes, so I'm just comparing it right here, and this is how it sounds. Microphone check, testing 1 2 3. Alrighty, hey guys, so this is audio. We're back on the Blueberry. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you my final thoughts and go from there. I usually don't like to include final thoughts because, I usually like to have people come up with their own opinions. But I think because, in this case, I'm returning the microphone, then I have to give you all my opinions before I let it go. Okay, so my first thought is this is a very bright microphone. I would say this is definitely, I was seeing the AT2020, the AT2035 coming toe-to-toe with it in terms of brightness. I was seeing that this was pretty close to the NT1 5th gen. In general, it's kind of like this is definitely veering towards bright. And for me, my voice, I don't really do well with bright microphones. However, I could see someone who has a deeper voice would benefit probably from this microphone. So that's my first thought. This is a bright microphone. My second thought is this is a very overpriced microphone for what you're getting. I hate to say it. I mean, you'll know me. I'm very blunt. This is $1,000 brand new, and if you try to get this used, it's around $700. I know many microphones in this shootout that I did that blew this microphone away. No pun intended, but let's just be real. They just sounded a lot better. There were microphones that were even like $150 that sounded far better than this microphone. So that's that. Third, this is a lesson to myself and to everyone. This is just a lesson. You cannot know, okay, from frequency graphs or whatever, like entirely how that microphone's going to sound until you actually hear it in person, right? So there wasn't enough information on there. There's not even a podcast that you featured this mic. Like I said, when you go on YouTube and you type in Blueberry microphone, there's like people talking about the mic and they don't even speak in the mic. And like, even if they speak in the mic, I don't have context because they're not comparing it to another microphone. So I don't know what the context is. What I can tell you is, even for you, it'll be a little bit more difficult to tell, but I included other microphones as context. What I can tell you from context, the Neat Worker B2 is a better value than this microphone. The Neat King B1 has way more bass in this. The Warm 47 Jr. is warmer than this microphone. The SE4100 sounded much better. It's a much better priced microphone because that microphone's like $299, blows this microphone out of the park. There's no point with any of the microphones that I featured, at least on my particular voice, where I was like blown away by this microphone. But no, it's just good to know. Like sometimes you can't tell. I had to buy this microphone to know it, and now I'm going to return it. I got it from Guitar Center. I like Guitar Center's return policy because basically what they do is they'll get a microphone from one of their areas in other states, and then it's only like you only need to pay shipping, and then if you like it, you keep it obviously, and if you don't, then the only thing you need to pay for is the shipping fee, right? So I figured in my mind it was worth the $12 to know what this sounds like. Yeah, this is how it sounds. Mic check, testing 1 2 3. Again, I do think that this microphone might suit maybe like a deeper voice actor, like someone with a baritone voice, maybe more of a bass. But then on the flip side, I could just as easily say, well, save your money, go get the SE4100, or save your money and get the AT2035 or NT1 5th gen, which honestly, I don't think I'm being too far-fetched here from having these comparisons, listening to them side by side, they're not that far off. You know what I mean? It wasn't. And what I can say, and I'm going a little bit off tangent, there was this one guy on YouTube who actually features this on his podcast. And I'm convinced that he actually uses a lot of processing, and that's not truly how his microphone sounds like. But there's no way to really tell. I would just see the mic in the background, always wondering, like, damn, that sounds pretty good on his voice. What is it like? What does that mic really sound like? But I think what I'm realizing is he just uses probably some processing, or it could be his voice is deep enough where that microphone just sounds like that. But on me, this microphone does me no favors. So, and that's the important thing to also note as well. Just because I didn't like this microphone doesn't mean that it won't be bad or good for you. It could be good for you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. You guys have a great one. Okay, bye.